5 seconds to go. Start. These appeals are directed against the judgment of the High Court of Kerala upholding the conviction of accused numbers 1 to 7, 9 to 12, 14, 16, and 18 under sections 143, 147, 148 of the Indian Penal Code 1860 and sections 3 to E of Prevention of Damages to Public Property Act 1984, read with section 149 of the IPC. A sentence of 4 years of rigorous imprisonment and a fine of Rs 10,000 as imposed by the trial court was also upheld by the High Court. The facts of the present case can be traced back to the year 2000 when the state of Kerala decided to de-link pre-degree courses from colleges and start plus 2 courses at the school level. There were protests against the implementation of the said policy. During one of the protests on 12th July 2000, it is alleged that the police officials were harsh and several protesters, including girl students, were injured. To avenge the police atrocity, it is alleged that accused numbers 1, 2, and 25 to 33 hatched a conspiracy to launch a protest the next day to create fear and terror in the city. In furtherance of the alleged conspiracy, on 13th July 2000, about 1,500 protesters armed with weapons proceeded towards the government secretariat. When the group was met with resistance from the police force, they became violent and caused damage to as many as 81 buses belonging to the Kerala State Road Transport Corporation. A few protesters even went inside the garage of KSRTC, and when the KSRTC workers repelled them, the protesters turned even more violent, leading to the death of one Mr. Rajesh, a bus conductor with KSRTC. In the aftermath of this event, based on the statement given by Rajesh, an FIR was registered by PW 72 Head Constable under sections 143, 147, 148, 307, 149 of the IPC, section 32E of the PDPP Act, and sections 3 and 5 of the Explosive Substances Act 1908. As per the FIR, accused numbers 1, 2, and 25 to 33 hatched a conspiracy and abetted acts of rioting. The appellants herein and accused numbers 17 and 19, being part of the mob, formed an unlawful assembly which resulted in riots and wide-scale destruction of public property. Further, accused numbers 17 and 19 were also alleged to have caused the death of Rajesh. Pursuant to the lodging of the FIR, PW 78 Circle Inspector Fort PS as the investigating officer arrested accused numbers 1 to 16 on 13th July 2000. 2 days later, the investigation was handed over to PW 76. After taking over the baton, PW 76 was informed that Rajesh had succumbed to the injuries. Immediately upon receiving that information, PW 76 proceeded to the hospital to conduct an inquest. After concluding that the death was homicidal, he approached the concerned court, which had taken cognizance of the matter, to alter the charge under section 307 to that of section 302 of the IPC. Considering the gravity of the subject and wide-scale repercussions, the Director General of Police constituted a special investigation team headed by PW84, the then Deputy Superintendent Narcotic and Economic Offences Cell CBCID, Thiruvananthapuram. After taking charge of the investigation, PW84 arrested accused numbers 17-18 on 1st August 2000 and accused numbers 19 on 4th August 2000. It is PW84 who completed the investigation and filed a charge sheet before the trial court. However, Before getting into the details of the charges leveled and the consequent decision of the Sessions Court, it is essential to mention the two test identification parades conducted by PW 47 Judicial Magistrate First Class 4th Thiruvananthapuram, which have a direct bearing on the final decision in this matter. First test identification parade. Conducting a test identification parade was crucial for the prosecution as there were more than 1500 people who were part of the mob and only a handful of them were arrested and charge sheeted. It is for this reason that the IO PW 84 submitted a report before the Chief Judicial Magistrate and sought the consent of the CJM for conducting a TIP. The CJM accepted this request and by his order dated 24th July 2000 directed PW 47 JMFC 4th Thiruvananthapuram to conduct a TIP. Accordingly, PW 47 decided to conduct the TIP on 31st July 2000 for the identification of accused numbers 1 to 16. Stop.